You gotta know how to save orbs, but you also gotta know how to spend them, too. You gotta know when the mood is right. Turn the lights down low. Put on some jazz covers of Fire Emblem OSTs. Light a scented candle. Bring the banner close. Hold tight. Let it know you care. Hit all the right stones. And prepare to get absolutely fucked! What's the point of saving orbs if you don't spend them? Right? That's the entire point of saving them in the first place. Some people think I'm like an insane person where I just save orbs and that's it. What? That doesn't even make close to any sort of fucking sense. Honestly, come on. Think an extra step forward. Okay? So the entire point of saving orbs is that so that way I can use them and fucking spend them. Like, what the fuck do you do with money? You save it so that way you can use it for something. Now that that's out of the way. So, it just occurred to me that not only should you know how to save orbs, but you should know how to spend them as well. As everyone will know, I spent them pretty fucking terribly recently. So, I compiled basically a list of lessons learned. And I also realized that I kind of... It's weird, right? I have counterintuitive summoning. I play for strategy. I make builds and skills on characters for efficiency. And yet, I summon for fandom. Even though, you know, certain characters can be some of the best ones that come out, I'll still only primarily summon for my fandom, not necessarily the best units available, which is kind of weird. But, like I said, lessons learned. Man, not gonna be doing something like that again. I've kind of written down a list of stuff to bear in mind while going through the process of spending orbs, of which you'll need much protection, much lubrication, more sex Jones in abundance. Always practice safe summoning. But anyway, probably the biggest lesson I learned is that sniping is generally bad. Just generally bad. Okay? And this is from my recent experience. So, take this worth however many grains of salt you like. I feel that sniping a specific color leaves you extremely vulnerable. Which it really did for me. I never gotten as high as a pity rate as I have recently. And that was just for pretty much a single character. I'm not really gonna count Maria into that equation. She's a 5-star healer. Who gives a shit? You get one, you pretty much got them all. All you really need to do is, like, I don't know, get a rice or whatever so you can give them live to server or whatever. That's probably, like, one of the best B skills if you don't have Wrathful Staff. I think the only healer that's not dime a dozen is Jenny, but I'm getting off topic here. So, when you do summon, and you get, like, stupidly lucky, you get, like, maybe a 5-star or two within a couple of orbs or so, go ahead, take that stupid luck, because it isn't really that stupid. You got lucky, and in my opinion, you should quit while you're ahead. Because if I would have did that on my own summoning, I would have had, what, my ridiculous pull of 2 5-star Sorens and a Jafar, and I would have been like a smug bug under a rug. Bear in mind that little bit right there was not scripted. I just came up with that off the top of my head. Weird. So when you do summon on a banner, I would say summon for efficiency rather than specificity. Especially if you're a free-to-play player. If you are considering, like, purchasing orbs to kind of get exactly what you want, then these tips aren't exactly for you. Since, in that case, you're already planning on getting a particular character. So you've already got a plan in place. So these kind of tips are more in the process of making plans rather than already having one. The only caveat I could add to that pull for efficiency tip is potentially skip out on the colorless ones, especially if you really want to avoid going through colorless hell for any particular reason, like you might end up with a stupid-ass healer, or you got a decently high pity rate by that point. But otherwise, I would strongly recommend pulling on all the different colors, just so that way you just get a 5-star. Just pull for efficiency. As long as you get a 5-star and you're okay with that, then you can go for that. But I would not snipe a single color. I would go for at least 2, because you're leaving yourself very vulnerable. And RNG really likes people that are vulnerable. Let me just mention real quick that in the background, I'm just kind of grinding some of the daily quests, like Clarissa's Grand Hero Battle. If you're having trouble with said battle, I've already done a how-to on her Lunatic and Infernal, so go check those out if you need them. Anyway. Another big thing is the units on the banner, right? If there's more good units, it's obviously a better banner. In so doing, you wouldn't mind getting more of those characters. So, when you look at a banner, you see 4 characters, but you only want one of them, it might be a good idea to pass on that banner. However, if it's, I don't know, I'll just use Dauntless Crimeans as an example, since it's the most recent banner at this moment, and you wanting to summon on this banner, you look at it, and you see Oscar, Nefni, and Elincia, and all of them are good, and you would like to have any of them, really. So I would definitely say that you would be safe in spending your orbs in this fashion in an attempt to get at least one of them. Not necessarily specifically trying to get one, because even if you were going out to try to get this specific thing in the first place, chances are very high you're not gonna get them anyway. So why not just let luck do its thing and just kind of maybe keep your expectations realistic, and bear in mind if you don't get the 5-star you're looking for, you probably wouldn't have gotten them anyway, and it might not be a good idea to press your luck further. Certainly did not work out for me. Although, at the very end, I did get what I wanted. I did get my fucking Ike. I did merge him to +5, so I was kind of like spending for both fandom and strategy, or maybe loosening the belt on my strategy pants, because now I've been just kind of leaning on Ike super hard, and he's just like, he's essentially assisting the enemy in committing suicide. If you've been watching my recent Fire Emblem gameplay, especially the Tempest Trials one, where people in the comments were literally pointing out left and right, the enemy team was just committing suicide via Ike. God, that was hilarious. Just poof, 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 people disappearing by the dozens. Just walking up to Ike and then mysteriously vanishing because I am tapping through and skipping all of the animations. It's hilarious how they just mysteriously vanish in front of Ike. Anything that moves anywhere in the vicinity, Ike just tends to magically vanish before our very eyes, and it's very satisfying. Oh, man. So the Brave Heroes banner, right? That was the one that had one of each color, 4 heroes on the banner, and I went in with a plan, and I wanted one of each hero, and it started out fantastic. Because I was pulling on every single color, right? And I was getting pretty rewarded for it, and I was getting a lot of 5 stars, I'd like to keep. And hell, I even went through colorless hell and came out virtually unscathed. I got Kagero, Jafar, a healer, and Brave Lyn, which was fantastic because my free pull was actually Brave Ike. But when I first started out on the banner, everything was fantastic and very efficient because on every single orb, so everything was essentially summon 4, get 1 free. So I was getting more summons for my buck, which is also why I say to pull for efficiency and not specificity, because you're giving yourself more chances at orbs, more chances at summons, and essentially getting more summons at the very end of it, because it goes 5, then 4, 4, 4, and finally 3 for a grand total of 20. Now, if you would have done that the hard way and done 1 summon at a time, it would be 5 for all of 5 of them, which is a grand total of 5. So you can easily do the math from there. But, long story short, well, the story's already long. What's the point of saying long story short at the end of the fucking video? Yeah, good job me, makes a lot of fucking sense. Anyway, these tips are primarily for free-to-play players or just people who don't want to spend money at the current moment, so you don't necessarily have to have the title of a free-to-play player. This can go for anybody, really. I shouldn't really be saying for this person or that person. These are just tips for anybody who wants to listen. These tips would be best used as long as you're not trying to get a specific thing. This is much better utilized for just getting anything in general. And you'll probably feel a lot better about it too. So if you go in with the expectations of, it would be nice if I got the focus heroes, but if I got anything, that's fine too, you'll end up probably very satisfied, hopefully, and get some sort of heroes. Hopefully one of the focus ones. Heck, hopefully the one you're really looking to get in the first place. And as time goes on, and the hero pool grows and grows, the chances for that particular hero start to diminish slightly and slightly, but noticeably. It probably would behoove you to maintain realistic expectations. Because regardless of preparation, plans, mindset, literally everything, literally fucking everything, RNGesus can and will fuck you regardless. But if you come prepared and you happen to have a bottle of lotion with you, when it happens, God, this is starting to sound bad. At least you'll be prepared and the blow will be softened. Yeah, that sounds terrible. But I'm not going to go back and do that again. Fuck. So I guess one other thing I want to mention is people apparently noticed that my audio voice recording quality was better, which is weird. because I forgot my headset at home, so I had to record using the phone's default mic. Apparently, my headset has less quality than my default fucking piece of shit? Okay, well, I didn't even mention it at all in the last video. I forgot to mention it. And the fact that people pointed out in the comments that the audio quality went up was kind of a green flag, I guess? Warning, a signal flare? There we go, signal flare. That somehow this mic is better than the one I've been using? Okay, well, I reach you loud and clear. Gotcha. Okay, I'm just gonna record this way then. Awesome. Fuck that stupid mic anyway. Stupid ass wire. Hopefully you found these tips anywhere near useful. Let me know if you guys have any additional tips or what you guys do in preparation of summoning. What kind of strategies you utilize, how you go about it, what's your mindset, how you feel, what you're trying to accomplish in summoning. Side note, what the fuck do sacred coins do? God damn it! Yeah, so hopefully with the update we'll finally fucking find out. I held the phone away from my face. Hopefully that wasn't too ear rapey. Later, guys!